Hey everybody, it's Kim here. I was doing my samples, my aluminum foil heat sealed samples, and I just wanted to show you real quick how I do mine. Now, there's no perfect way, there's no right or wrong way on how you do these. I just wanted to show you real quick. Alright, so these are pretty big, as you can see, and what I do is I cut these into fourths. So I measure it out, and I have already been doing this for a while now, so I already have my ruler marked. I lay my ruler down, I measure it out, and it's going to be, I'm going to make a mark halfway in between. Okay. So that's like my halfway point right here. See the little black mark? I take my craft like paper cutter that I used for when I was scrapbooking, and I do this so I have a solid background and I can hold it straight and tight when I cut it, so it makes a straight, even cut. Now I line, I'll show you real quick. I line that mark that I made up. I don't know if you can see this in here or not, but I'm going to try to show you. In here where this line in the ruler where the cutter's going to go. I don't know if y'all can see that or not. I'm trying to show you, but I don't know if it's working. Okay, so I line that up, and what I use, now you can get an X-Acto knife if you have one. I don't, so this is what I use. Dun, da, da, da. Carpet knife. I put the blade into the little crack and then just cut it across. And then now I have two halves. Okay, so now I'm going to cut them into fourths. I measure it out to make sure I'm marking my halfway point exactly with my Sharpie marker. Okay. Once I mark that, I don't know if you can see it or not, there's a little notch right there. My lighting's terrible, I apologize. So I'm going to do this one the same way. I'm just going to line up my little mark in the crevice there with that little gully. Take my carpet knife and cut across. There you go. Alright, so I'll do my other one. And I'll show you on these. Now, they already come notched. Most of them. Can you see that notch in it? Okay, so they'll come notched on one side. And when I do mine in fourths like this, I'm going to have to notch my other side. And I'll show you real quick how I do that. I just make like a little V with my carpet knife on the side, on the factory seam here. See if you can see that factory seam right here. I just make a little V that doesn't come all the way, it doesn't come all the way to the seam because that'll break the seal. It just comes right before it, and just make a little V, and then it'll make a notch. So I'll do that real quick and show you. I'm going to go ahead and cut this one in half, so that way I have my 4 samples, my 4 sample size bags, I should say. Okay. And as you can see, these do not have any notches on them. So I'll go ahead and notch one side, and I'm just going to make a little V. And then once I do that, now I have a notch. Alright, now one second and I'll show you how I heat seal these and I put in my sample. Alright, so now I'm ready to heat seal these, and what I'll do is I'll go ahead and seal the sides that don't have the factory seal. On 2 of them I'm going to have to seal 1 and 2 sides, and then on the other one I'll just have to seal 1 side. You can see they already have the factory seals right here, so I'll just have to seal this long side. And all I do is, here's my heat sealer. I have mine set on 3 over here on my knob. And what I really love about this heat sealer is that when you put it down, the red light comes on right here. And when it goes off, it's done and sealed. See? So now this is sealed and ready for a sample. Now how I do the ones that I've made my own notch for and only has 1 factory seal on it, I go ahead and seal the side where the notch is first. And like I said, there's no right or wrong way to do these samples. It's all in how you want to do them. I do that side first, and then I do the long side, so that way I still have my opening right here to put in my sample. Okay, I'll go ahead and do these two, so I just want to knock them all out while I'm doing this. Now, making samples like this might seem to, it is a little bit time consuming, but it saves you so much money in the long run. And it's all about saving some money and then making some money. All right, so now that I've got these all sealed up, I'm gonna do my samples with Shameless Flirt, Big Fat Yummy Ham Cream. I use, now I'm a nurse so I can get these, but I use, this is a 3 milliliter syringe. It's just a little small one. And this is what I use to make my samples with. I measure them out so that way everybody gets the same amount. So the Big Fat Yummy Hand Creams already have the little hole where the lotion comes out. I just take the end of the syringe and stick it in there. And what I'll do is I'll pull down the syringe to measure out. I just put 1 milliliter. That's probably way more than enough, but that's what I put in there. And then the only tricky part to this is when you open these up to put the sample in, you try not to get any of the lotion or any of whatever you're sampling on the very edge here that you're going to have to seal. But it seems to be pretty easy with these. I just open this up like this. I take my syringe and put it deep down in there, so now it's not touching any sides. And I don't put it all the way to the bottom. I kind of put it halfway and then just start squeezing out, pushing it out. And it'll all go down in there. And then I take it about the third of the way and just kind of twist to make sure that all of the sample stays in there. Okay? So I'll show you if I can. All right. So inside, whoops. Inside is where the sample is. If it'll open up, I'll show you. Well, showing you that's going to be a little bit difficult. But anyway, the lotion is in there. Trust me. All right, so now all you have to do is just seal this up. Okay, and there we go. It's all sealed in. I can squeeze it back and forth. Nothing's going to come out. It's got the little place where they can tear to try it, and it looks pretty professional. Now all I'll do is I'll put my 1 inch label of the Shameless Flirt on one side. I'll put my information on the other, and there we go. We have a very professional looking, heat sealed, homemade sample. I hope you enjoyed it.